Yes. Yes. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Um, so one another glaring problem that we had with League of Maidens in general was the idea that you can go and you can fight a stronghold boss or go fight a world boss, and you can spend all this time. Like I watched, I've watched so many players to kill the Union and spend so much time fighting the Union because that's like a I think the Union boss fight is not a hard fight. Personally, me personally, I don't. I mean, the thing tells you exactly what it's going to do before it does it. But I understand that for some people it's a hard fight. But I've watched people do that hard fight. The Mecha Union is hard as fuck.
Yeah.
The normal Union. Anyway, so I've seen people fight the Union, kill the Union, and then they get like sub trash, mind-blowingly break your keyboard, disgustingly nonsensical reward. It's just like, what did I just do with my life? Why? Why is this happening to me? Why is this? Why are you doing this to me? Okay, so obviously, obviously it's happening. We have to try to address this. At least we have to try to address what we can address in TROS. You have to make some effort here, guys. Come on. All right. So what we did was we came up with the idea of boss rewards, boss-specific rewards, okay? And atonement rewards are great. They're really great because when you hit, I've seen so many people play League of Maidens, and the reactions that they get when they hit those 1% trumps on atonement rewards are freaking priceless. Like, just priceless. Like, it's just like those gamer moments that's just like, oh my God, I'll remember this. Like, I remember the first 1% drop I hit. It was freaking, I jumped out of my seat. That's how freaking awesome it is. And the fact that we could provide that experience for somebody is freaking awesome. But when you don't hit the 1%, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks. And that's a really it's a difficult problem to solve because you got a scenario in which somebody's going to be taking on the boss many times. So how do you make them feel rewarded many times? Well, first of all, it's impossible to make them feel totally rewarded every time, right? But at the same time, you can just make those, you can do something to help it feel more rewarding. So amazing thing that we added on are these boss crates. So basically what will happen now, and not only did we do something that really, I feel like, helped the problem, we incentivized players to kind of get into the game more in that. Now, when you use DI, right? So one of the things a lot of people talk about DI left and right. It's probably the second biggest topic when it comes to experienced League of Maiden players. DI, is it a waste or is it not a waste to use DI? So now we've incentivized players to use DI at plus 15. Will now drop you a boss crate. So we've added boss crates originally. Excuse me, sorry about that. Originally, we added boss crates for just the TRS boss, and it just turned out to be so awesome. I was like, we need to put boss crates at least for the. We haven't put boss crates for all of them yet, just simply because we didn't have time. But we added boss crates for Arcanist, Echo and Ico, the Sentinel, and the Watchman.
Yep.
So now all four of those bosses, whenever you kill them, will drop boss crates if you are at plus 15 DI. So now, it gives people even more. Again, I like going back and giving things more value, adding more value to things and more value to experiences. And so now if you're running DI plus 15 and you're fighting any one of those four stronghold bosses, a boss crate will drop. Now, we've got the two levels, right? You got the T1 bosses, which is going to be Arcanist and the Sentinel, and you've got the T2 bosses, which is going to be the Watchman and Echo and Ico. And each of them will drop their own boss crates. The Arcanist and the Sentinel at plus 15, and Echo and Ico and the Watchman at plus 30. And those boss crates will at minimum drop you a piece of gear. So at that point, there's, you're not going to be in a scenario where you've gone through this fight and you just get like jack shit impossible to happen now if you're using plus. And again, it's incentivized, right? So if you want the better rewards, pop 15 plus 15 DI, pop plus 30 DI, and you will be rewarded for that extra effort that you've put into that stronghold run. And now you'll have these boss crates drop, and at minimum, it will drop a piece of gear. At maximum, it'll drop a freaking chef kiss sweet cosmetic. So we've added super awesome, unique to those boss crates cosmetics that you can only unlock from those boss crates. I think there's like these sweet mecha wings that are in the Sentinel. No. The Watchman boss crate drops these sweet. They all have really cool cosmetics. But anyway, so now you have this opportunity. You have an extra opportunity to at minimum get a piece of gear dropped, which then you can use that piece of gear. If you can use that piece of gear, you can grind that piece of gear. You can corrupt that piece of gear and get Dark Arcane from it. There's all kind of different things that you can do. I can go into a really cool thing that you can do with Dark Arcane in terms of, having a corrupted gear will drop, but gear that is corrupted will drop. So it's not that you'll always get non-corrupted gear and have to corrupt it. But if you happen to get non-corrupted gear, there's a really cool thing that you can do is you can just corrupt it to the first level, and that'll give you more Dark Arcane than you would if you grinded it at a Shadow Grinder with no corruption on it. But anyway, that's a whole other conversation. So yes, now you have these boss crates that really, 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 for me, help to resolve that problem. So now that we've seen that this really works, it works for us. We'll see how it plays in the field. But if it plays well in the field, we'll just kind of spread that everywhere else. Mm-hmm. What's up, Maiden Nation? This is your Maiden Commander speaking. Catch the full episode of the developer Q&A for the League of Maidens, The Realm of Shadows this Friday right here on YouTube. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and we'll see you guys this Friday.